It's Thursday night. You know what that means. We're going to be live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, coming to you from our regular digs right here in the great state of Kentucky. Look forward to seeing all of you. And don't forget, music by Mr. Barry Spears Music. Check out his page. Love y'all. See you in a little bit. Hi, Tom Woodman. Thank you for joining me. And was just looking. Hi, Art, RJ, and Tim Kowalski, and user 89, and Deanna, and Art Maurer, and Dimitri, and On and Off, and Umbrella. Hi, On and Off. Thank you for joining me. And Cynthia and Peggy. Hello, Art. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. Hi, DY. Yeah. I don't know what we're going to be talking. Hi, Calvin Williams and Jerry. Thank you for joining us. And Sharon. And the tangle goes on. And Joe Rogers, thank you so much. And hi, Donald. Hi there. Thank you for commenting, because people are popping in so fast, I can't see all of you. Hi, Mary. And Bleach65 and user 8402. And that one I missed. And Gently Silly and Kim Flanagan. And Lee Heaton and Paul and Bill Burton, thank you. Sunny Star, user 87, Delfino and Sydney, and user 545 and user 214. Oh no, it's not a real cat. Actually, it is I have animals, and usually my grandchildren take them or I give them to them, but no, it's a company called I believe that one was made by a company called Via Art. You can find them on Amazon and they're relatively inexpensive. They have very realistic stuffed animals, and I've had cats and lions and tigers and goats and deer, little fawn that's really beautiful. And right now all I have is this Siamese cat and a baby giraffe that's in my bedroom. That's all I've got. Hi, Rhonda Sanders. Thank you for joining us. And Mary and Noel and Diane, I think. And Tim, thank you. And Jesse, that one I missed. And Dave and Sammy. And, that one I couldn't quite get. Hi, Mary Ashley and Callie and Real Something and Skits and Raccoon and hi, Alex and Hurley, I think. And the Something Magic and something you guys are popping into. Hi, Shelly. Hi, sweetheart. Thank you. My moderator, DJ Shelly Shell, just got here. And Cornell, thank you so much. I don't really, I've never had potato salad with raisins in it. I might have to try. I've had it with grapes in it before, or maybe that's chicken salad. Yeah, if they want raisins in their potato salad, that's fine with me. I may or may not eat it, but I've actually never seen that before. But the McNeil Magic would like people to stop putting raisins in potato salad. I don't know if that's a new thing. I've never heard of it before. Hi, Chris and Connie. It's good? Well, I'll have to try it. I'll have to try that. I'm not a raisin fan. I do like Raisin Bran cereal, but I'm not a big raisin eater. But a little bit of sweet and some potato salad might be pretty daggone good, because I do like a little bit of sweet. Now, I'll tell you what, what might be really good on and off? The craisins. Because I like the craisins in my chicken salad instead of raisins. Potato salad with some craisins in it might be pretty good. I'm gonna have to try it. Hi, Eric and Melanie and Tina and Johnny Boatwright. Thank you guys for joining me. And Shelly, I am, as you can see, back home. Hi, Tina. Thank you so much for joining us, Tina Kirk. Appreciate it. But yeah, Shelly, Alexis took me to the airport Saturday morning or Sunday morning to get a rental car because I had to come back Sunday. Well, okay, I didn't have to come back Sunday, but I did because she ended up having to go to work Monday. So, yeah, so I left Sunday morning and got a rental car at the Columbus airport and took it to Lexington, and Zach picked me up in Lexington. And I was trying to tell you that on my live on Thursday that I had come to I'm doing fine, low-key, smiles. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm glad to be back home. As much as I loved the trip, and I'm so grateful to Alexis and Michael for inviting me to come along with them. I can't tell them how much I appreciated it, because I haven't really been on a vacation in I figured about 10 years since I've gone on an actual vacation, and it was wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And had my 3 grandsons there, Alexis's 3 sons, Carter and Peyton and Landon, and they made it really enjoyable. Carter was the hit of the resort, I can tell you that. He made friends with all the people that worked there. He was quite a hit. There's actually a video of him going behind the bar and dancing with I cannot remember her name actually, but dancing with one of the ladies who worked there. And yeah, and we had a show every night to go to. Hi, Monkey Bug, thank you for joining us, and Melanie, and thank you for sending me likes, smiles. Thank you so much. And yeah, our live last week, I did promise everybody that I would do a live from, I think I can say it right now. I think Carter has taught me to say it right. Punta Cana. But anyway, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, and blessings to you too. No, what I was trying to tell you on my live last week, Shelly, and I don't think that you could get anything out of it because I watched the replay and it was breaking up so bad. Absolutely just didn't do well at all. But anyway, we stayed on. And but what I was trying to tell you is I had made the decision that it would not be a good idea for me to see anybody, because I'd been there, and I was saying that on my live last week. I wore my mask in the airports and on the flights there, but when I got to the resort, I took my mask off. And so I really didn't think it was a good idea. In fact, I've stayed quarantined since I got back home, and I'm gonna stay quarantined until tomorrow. And I didn't want to go around my aunts, and I didn't go around, well, Zach came and picked me up. But other than that, I haven't had any contact with anybody because I thought it was a good idea for me to quarantine for here they say 5 days. So hi James, thank you for joining us. Hey there. Hey. Oh, I'm trying to get your name. Azri Turku. Hi Graham. Hi Grams, thank you for joining us. And I'm not that good at names to begin with, but anyway, Shelly, that's what I was trying to tell you last week. Hi Sherry, thank you for joining us. People are popping in really fast, so I don't know that I'm gonna be able to say hello to everybody. Hi Apple user and Archie Hall, thank you for joining me. Thank you so much. And hi Melanie, thank you for sending likes. Thank you so much for sending me likes. I appreciate it. But anyway, hi Stanley, thank you for joining me. But I still haven't done much TikToking since I got back home. I did make a couple of videos. I did a little one this morning that, oh, thank you. Thank you for that compliment. I wish I could figure out how to say your name, but that's not really. Hi, Bethany and Otto. Thank you for joining us. But I did meet a lot of new people. Didn't really do that a whole lot. There weren't many Americans there. Later in the week, I am from Kentucky. I'm coming to you live from Kentucky. Hi Philip Moore, thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. And let me see who's here that I've missed. Melanie and Philip and Happiness X and user 48259 and Shelly. Oh, you're in South Africa. Well, thank you for hi Junk Gal. Hi Lisa Smith. Hi Junk Gal. Thank you for joining us. And I think last week I think Shelly was the only one, you know, that really came and stayed with us because it was pretty choppy. It was pausing. Hi Taden or Tater. That's a taters. You know, people around here call potatoes taters. Well, some people. But yeah. Thank you, Philip Moore, for following me. Whenever I get off tonight, when I get off here, I always look and see who followed me during my live. Hi, Tammy House. Thank you for joining us. And when I get a free follow, that's usually who I follow back, or people, because, you know, TikTok only allows you to have 10,000, only allows you to follow 10,000 people. And I always hover right there at that limit. But after my live, I go back through and see if anybody's unfollowed me, and anybody that's unfollowed me, then not because I think everybody should follow me, but I think it's only fair that I use those limited follows to follow people who follow me. So I go ahead and clear some of those spaces for people who follow me. I'm actually retired, so I don't do anything. Hi Tater Tot. Oh, Tater Tot now. Hi Chestnut Wayne. Thank you for joining us. And Miguel. Hi Miguel. And Paul Sharp. Thank you for joining us. And but yeah. But anyway, it was a lot of fun. And it was as much fun as it was really great to get back home. And hi Luther. Hi, thank you for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm pretty much, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Facebook, I'm pretty much everywhere, but I don't really, you can find my YouTube link actually in my profile, but I don't really, hi Sean the Rapper, hi sweetie. Now Sean the Rapper joined us last week. Sean was with us last week. Sean was with us. Hi Gary Stager, thank you for joining us. But yeah, it was a little choppy, wasn't it, Sean? Miguel, I am from the United States. I am from the United States. Hi Old Soul Nick, thank you for joining us. I love that screen name, that's really great. And what I'm talking about is I just came back from a week in the Dominican Republic with my daughter Alexis and her family. They invited me to go with them on vacation, which was really nice for me. I don't know how enjoyable it was for them for me to be there. I think they liked me being there, actually, even though I am kind of a pain in the keister. Hi Gibson. Hi Gibson. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. No, I'm not on WhatsApp and I don't want to be on WhatsApp. I don't really need that app for anything. It doesn't do anything that I don't already have apps to do. Hey, yeah, the Siamese cat staring at you. That cat doesn't even have a name, actually. It does actually have a name because it came with a name, but I don't know what it is. And that's all it does is sit and stare in that same spot. It never ever moves. If anybody's ever noticed that. I actually brought it in here because I got hi, who is that? Gibbs. Oh, I already said hi to you. I brought it in the living room and put it on that bench because it used to sit in the chair in my bedroom, and I got a baby giraffe that took that spot. So that's why the Siamese cat got brought in here a couple of months ago. I get those all the time when I see them on Amazon, and I have them here. And they usually end up going home with one of my grandchildren when they come. But that cat I keep. That cat is mine. I'm not gonna let anybody take that cat. Hi Elizabeth. Thank you for joining us. And S. Glauser, I think. I'm not sure about that. But anyway, I don't really have anything to talk about tonight. I wrote down some things that I was going to bring up, but I already mentioned Carter being the life of the party, and I was going to mention, I'll leave that for later. And I do have videos. I did take Alexis's pictures and videos and my pictures and videos and put them into about, I think it's an 11-minute long video that I posted on YouTube. And again, my YouTube channel is linked to my TikTok profile if anybody has any interest in seeing that. And I also always put the replays of my lives there. And hi Jean Ballard, thank you for joining us. And I was going to tell you, Shelly, I watched the other day when I got back home, I watched the replay of that live that I did the Thursday night before I before I left. Yeah, I probably should not have gone live that night because I was so exhausted, and it is obvious in the live. Hi, South Jersey girl. Hi, sweetheart. Thank you so much for joining us. So good to see you. So good to see you. Thank you for sending us likes. Thank you guys for sending likes. We're at 543 likes. That's pretty much what we did on my live last week because I was in the hotel room and I had my 3 grandsons in there with me. Now Landon, my oldest grandson, he was playing, see if I can remember, because he brought his Xbox with him on vacation. So he was playing Assassin's Creed while Carter and Peyton were on my live. I mean, watching it on their phones and tapping the screen and got us to 10,000 likes in that terrible live. I'm not gonna say live was terrible, but I mean, it was really choppy. It just kept freezing up, and then my phone died because for whatever reason, my charger wasn't working correctly there. So I couldn't keep my phone charged, and I had to keep using the boys' charger. And so my phone that's actually never happened. My phone never dies because it's always plugged in. And it was plugged in there, but it still died. Plus we had the bad Wi-Fi. We only had 4 megabytes per second. And I did some lives, and I haven't looked at the replays of them yet, but I did a couple of impromptu lives from the beach. Did them at the shows that we went. They had a big amphitheater there, and every night they had these live shows that were audience participation things. It was really great. Loved it. And hi, Junka. Thank you, South Jersey girl. Thank you for tapping your screen. Yeah, you guys have me up to 1,000 likes now. But yeah, Peyton and Carter were tapping away the whole time. That was great. But anyway, that was the closest thing to them being actually on my live. And then Alexis did make a little appearance. But anyway, it was fun. But when I look back, what I'm gonna do is I made the video of me putting Alexis and my videos and photos together into that YouTube video. I'm actually gonna, I have a couple of them. One of them that is includes the trip from the hotel back to the airport, which was like a 28-minute trip. So I actually have video of outside the resort, because it is drastically different there when you're in the resort and outside the resort. Very drastically different. I mean, and the airport there is beautiful, but it's all open and it has a thatch roof, just like the lobby at the hotel did. And it was really beautiful, actually. But yeah, it was very different, very there was a drastic contrast between outside the resort and on the resort. It was a completely, yeah, because the resort has its own water treatment facility. It all of that stuff isn't that much different from being here, other than the humidity. The one thing that was very different, Shelly, that I noticed, okay, the humidity was so high, I have no idea what it was. I mean, and what the most it can be is 100%, but it was different. It was very different. It was like, when you get that sweaty feeling from being out when it's very humid. It was so thick there that when my hands always felt like I had syrup on them. They were like sticky, and I've never experienced that before. Yeah, Yeah, Junk Gal, it's a whole different world on the resort and off the resort. And the fact they don't like you to go off the resort on your own. I mean, okay, you go. And now I didn't do anything. We ended up, I think, originally we were going to swim with the dolphins, and we didn't get to do that because the trip ended up getting postponed for a week because one of my grandson's passports came late, and so Alexis postponed the trip for a week, and so we lost that. I actually got upping to do that, but I haven't talked to him for a long time. He was one of the guys that I worked with at the dealership. But hi Jeff, thank you for joining us. But anyway, so we didn't get to swim with the dolphins. That we couldn't get that booked again. But the kids, Alexis and Michael and the kids all went parasailing, and I didn't do that. They also went snorkeling. I didn't do that either. That was a bad idea. I will tell you that I went out. In fact, it was that Thursday morning before the live. In fact, I went out early in the day, not morning. Well, it was morning. And would go out in the ocean by myself. And I wouldn't venture out very far. Yeah, that's all on the resort. But if you look on my YouTube channel and look at the last videos that I've posted, you'll find another one that says Punta Cana. And I forget how long. I think it's about 28 minutes long, actually. It's got all the footage where I videoed, I did a driving video from the resort to the hotel. From the resort to the airport. And it's even inside the airport, and you see what the airport looks like and everything. Oh, thank you, South Jersey girl. Thank you so much for coming by. It's good to see you. And I will come to your page and show your page some love, because I haven't been keeping up on my TikToking at all. I didn't do that much. I made some TikToks while I was on vacation. I did make some TikToks. I can think of one that I made that my grandson suggested that I take down, because I mentioned that last week, because I had a certain intention when I made it, and they assured me that nobody was going to take it that way. So I went ahead and took it down. And I think they were right by the comments. I think they might have been right. That nobody saw it the way I did. And they thought it was a little too risque for their grandma. Oh. But yeah. And if you don't see it, Junk Gal, when I get off my live, I have that playlist that's TikTok mentions. I'll go ahead and put those in that folder if I didn't already do it. I'm not sure if I put them on that, not folder, playlist. I'm not sure if I put all of those videos on that playlist or not, but there's a few of them. And yeah, you'll see the drastic contrast. And but yeah, all up and down the coast there. In fact, we were it was called Princess. In fact, this wooden bracelet here was actually supposed to be your room key, because apparently it's got a chip in it. Well, ours never worked. So they ended up giving us room keys. Oh, okay, yeah. Junk Gal, most of the videos at the top, the latest videos that I posted for the last year have been primarily my TikTok live replays, and there's also some live YouTube live videos from my friend Chad. if you scroll past all of those, you'll come to what are actually my TikToks that I used, or TikToks, my YouTube videos that I used to do before I was on TikTok. And there's a lot of the, mostly videos of the kids. That's primarily what's on there. But you're welcome to look through them. Hi, Linda Young. Thank you for joining us. There's some, like there's a video of my Aunt Iva milking. There's also a lot of family picture videos and things like that. And I do birthday videos for my kids and my grandchildren, where I put together a lot of pictures and things like that for their birthdays. And what else? Yeah, that's kind of what's on there. A lot of Zoe singing and Christmases and family gatherings and things like that. But anyway, hi, Ropchalk, is that right? Hi, Rachel. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. Shelly, I haven't seen Diane or anybody yet. Hi, Saturday and Jackie KC. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. I didn't see you pop in. But, yeah, I haven't seen Diane yet. Hi, Campino. Thank you for joining us. And Jean. Hi, Jackie. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. I'm assuming I'm saying that right, Jackie. Hi, Jean. Thank you so much for joining us. I was just talking about with what my friend Junk Gal, talking about the videos that I posted from my recent trip with my daughter and her family to the Dominican Republic. Hi, Bruce Tomlinson. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. And yeah, but I haven't, since I got back home, I think I don't even, well, I did make one trip to the store when I first got back home, because I had to go get half and half. That was the one thing that I missed more than anything else, was my coffee, which I'm not even drinking coffee right now. I'm drinking vanilla chai tea, actually, because I've already drank my daily limit of coffee today, so I'm on my cup of tea already. Hi, Clappy. Thank you for joining us. What else was I talking? Hi, William Peace. Hi, William. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. And Jean, thank you so much for sending us likes. We're up to 2,000 likes now. Peyton and Carter aren't with me anymore, Shelly. Them sitting there doing the rapid fire tapping. Oh my God. That was funny. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I can't see your name from here. But I don't do lives with other people, and particularly I used to have one of my moderators used to be in the box with me a lot, but I found that it really didn't do well with my sound quality and my videos, and I again like to post my replays on YouTube. And anyway, but I don't do lives with, I mean, I'm not saying that I won't ever do a live with some of my friends, but I don't do that with people that I don't know your content and I haven't interacted with you. I'm doing just fine, William Peace. Hi, Dove Feather. Thank you for joining us. But yeah, you guys have us at over 2,000 likes now. But anyway, I didn't have a whole lot to talk about tonight, and I've been Hi, Ms. Renee. Thank you for joining us. I don't know. I'm just still kind of out of it a little bit and still a little worn out. I did really well though. The trip, it took a lot out of me, but once I got back home and I rested there, and I didn't, most of the time we took, because the way the resort is designed, there's this big lobby area and bar area, and then there's a big amphitheater and the restaurants and everything. Now, we were fortunate, the buffet where we usually ate, we only ate, I think, 2 nights in one of the restaurants, because all the restaurants, it's all inclusive, but if you eat at the other restaurants, you do have to make a reservation, because there's a lot of people there. And that buffet, I am guessing that the dining rooms at that buffet, it's kind of like there's a big, huge glassed-in room that has all the food, that was every kind of food you could imagine. Then all around it are these dining rooms. And my guess is at any given time during the day, in those dining rooms, I'm guessing, but I would bet there's over 350 people or more at any given time in those dining rooms and at that buffet. And hi, Stevie. Oh, I'm doing well, William, if I didn't already answer that. But so we ate most of the time at the buffet. We ate at a Japanese steakhouse restaurant one night, and we ate at a Tex-Mex restaurant one night. And I will tell you, my son-in-law Michael ordered a lobster. That lobster was the size of a small dog. And in fact, there's a picture of it in the video. I didn't do a lot of food pictures. I didn't really want to go in the buffet and go around doing food pictures. But anyway, that huge, every kind of dessert you could imagine. They even had cream puffs, Shelley, and they were delicious. They were little cream puffs, and I ate some of those. Yeah, the buffet. Yes, we like the buffet. I overate a couple of nights, and I got Wednesday. I was in bed all day. My grandson Landon and I were both sick in bed all day Wednesday, and the one thing that we could figure out that the two of us had both eaten that I don't think anybody else ate was some sweet and sour pork. It tasted fine. There didn't seem, and I don't know why. We were the only two that got sick. And to give you a clue of how sick we were, I paid $25 for a bottle of Pepto-Bismol in the gift shop there on the resort. And I'd have paid $50 if I'd had to. Because I don't know what we would have done if we hadn't had the Pepto-Bismol. I really don't know. Hi, Tony. Hi, Tony. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, I'm not going to say any more about it. It was we were very sick, and I was sick with the chills and I don't know if I had a fever, but our hotel room, they kept those hotel rooms at 62 degrees Fahrenheit to try to cut down on the humidity. And I can tell you, when you would open the sliding glass, the doors out to the little patio area, as soon as you would open those doors, every mirror in that room would fog up like you had just taken a steaming hot shower. Hi, Dave George. Dave George. Thank you for joining us. But yeah, the food. Food was good. I just wish I hadn't eaten so much of it. I did that one night, Shelly. I kind of, and after I got sick, I decided no more meat, that I wasn't eating any more meat. I was just going to eat pasta and dessert, because I started being a little leery of that. And, but I don't think it was the meat. Now, when we went to the Japanese steakhouse, or whatever, I don't know what the name of it was, but that's what it was like, you know, with the guide, you know, doing the whole show while he's cooking the food on the big grill. I did eat meat there. In fact, I ate chicken, beef, and shrimp from there. And hi, Rooted in God's Truth. Hi, Rooted in God's Truth. Thank you for joining us. But anyway, I did eat. I would have been better off if I had not eaten so much. I didn't do that every night, though. I did one night. I think it was probably, we got there Saturday, but we didn't get there until, I don't know what, it was late in the day when we got there Saturday. We did eat at a pub. We ate at a pub that they had. It was like their version of bar food when we got there that night. And then the next day we ate at the buffet, and I think it was Sunday night that I decided I don't care about carbs, and because Peyton came back to the table with this beautiful chocolate mousse that was in this chocolate dish, you know, a dish made out of chocolate. And I thought, I'm gonna have to have some of that. And so I did. I think I had 2 plates full of that, plus a bunch of other desserts. Oh, hi from Tucson. Oh, well, thank you, JC. I am actually not single, so I don't know how that helps you, but anyway. Hi, Bobby Todd in Tennessee, I'm assuming. Bobby, you know I'm in Kentucky, right? But I used to go to the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show every year. I haven't been there for I don't even know how many years it's been. A lot of years. Probably 20. Over 20 years since I've been to Tucson. But anyway. Shelly, who have we got here? I'm looking. Hi, Angelica. Oh, Angel. Yeah, I don't know the name. Angel Acarulo. I don't know. I'm sorry. Angel. I'm sorry, Angel, or Angelic. It could be Angelic. But thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. I do have a sister, actually. My sister is 12 years younger than me. Because I'm 61 years old. My sister is 12 years younger than me, but my sister is married. She has been married, I can't even think how long she's been married, but she's been married a long time. She's probably been married 20 years, I would guess. Well, I'm a little old for you, JC. because I turned 61 in May. I was born in 1961. Hi, scuba diver. Thank you for joining us. But they did give free scuba lessons there. Oh, I know what I was getting ready to say about my one trip. Because I'm going to tell you, the tide there. Now, it's been a while since I've been in the ocean. I'm sorry, James. I think it's James who's requesting to go live with me. I don't actually do that. I'm not going to say I will never do it, but I don't really do that. As you can see, I take up all the time talking myself, so if somebody goes live with me, they really don't get to say much. Hi, Missy. Hi, Missy. Thank you for joining us. Shelly, are you still here? Oh my God. Oh, and anyway, one of my excursions by myself, it was, oh, good. I figured you were, Shelly. I just hadn't seen you say anything. But when Alexis and them all went parasailing, I'll tell you this little story about how I don't think things through all the time. Well, while they were gone, I decided to go ahead and go out to the ocean, which I usually did that by myself. It was right outside our patio door, so it wasn't that big a deal. You actually couldn't go out that way, though. You had to walk all the way through the little Vanai, how the places were set up. But anyway, I decided to go out there by myself, and I thought, I'm going to go out in the ocean, and so I'm going to leave my phone and everything in the room. I didn't take anything with me. The only thing I had with me is I stuck my room key card down my bathing suit. That's all I had with me. And anyway, hi, country mama. So anyway, I go out, and this is the time that I choose to make the decision that I'm going to go out further than I usually did. And so I went out further out into the ocean. And you know, I'm not a very strong person, and my friends know that, you know, I have congestive heart failure and other health issues. I'm not particularly strong. Well, I stayed out there for a while with the waves hitting me really hard and kind of fighting that. And I stayed out there, I'm going to say 15, 20 minutes. It wasn't very long. But I went a little too far out. And I let myself get kind of worn out, standing out there, you know, trying to hold myself up, fighting the waves. And a big wave came and knocked me down. And I did not have the strength to get up. I was fighting, trying to get up. And it was, I thought, what is, here was what I went through my mind. Oh my God. They bring grandma on vacation and they lose her. Because I was thinking, this is gonna, because the undertow was so strong. Every time when I would try to get up, then a wave would knock me down, then it would pull me out further. And I thought, Lord have mercy. And me, no phone, no wallet, nothing with me. And I'm thinking, yep, they're not going to be able to identify me. I mean, that's what was going through my head, because I seriously was concerned. Because I could not get up. I did not have the strength. And the tide, I guess, I don't know about low tide and high tide, when what is or anything else, but the waves were getting bigger. and the undertow was getting stronger. But anyway, here's what I ended up doing. I thought, okay, I can't stand up. I couldn't stand up. I didn't have enough strength to pull myself up. And so what I did was I thought, well, let's see if I can crawl. So I got on my hands and knees, and I mean, I was underwater sometimes when the waves would hit me. And I had gotten myself in further. You know, I wasn't clear out. I did get myself in a little further, and once I was able to do that, I thought, well, I can't walk out of here because I couldn't get up, so I started crawling. And and the sand there is so fine that it's kind of like quicksand. It's really hard it takes a lot of strength to walk in it, especially when you're underwater. So anyway, I started crawling. And there was nobody around. I mean, there were other people out there, but they were far away from me. They couldn't see what I was doing. And I finally got myself close enough to the shore that I actually could just lay there for a few minutes and gather some strength. And I got out, and I laid there on the beach for a while till I got some strength back, and I went inside and thought, yeah, let's don't do that again. But I seriously thought this is gonna be really bad. This is going to be really bad for Alexis and Michael and the boys, because you took Grandma on vacation and you lost her. That's what I kept thinking, that, oh my God. I don't either, Shelley. I don't either. I don't. I have no interest in I'm not a water person. And yeah, if somebody would have been filming that, if somebody would have, there was a pool. Well, let me tell you what I did in the pool. Fortunately, Landon and Peyton and Carter were with me at the pool, because the boys stayed with me one day. I don't know how good at thinking this was, but the boys stayed with me one day so Alexis and Michael could have, you know, a day to themselves. And we were at the pool. Peyton went off and played some game. They played volleyball on the beach too. There was this game with these balls that were about the size of a softball, and they were shiny silver, and I don't know what the game was, and Peyton didn't know what the game was either, but he played this game with these guys while we were in the pool. Well, I got in the pool, not even thinking about this, and I would have had to get clear to because there were two pools there in our area. One of them was like the pool that has the swim up bar, and the other one was this big huge pool. And I got in the daggone pool and couldn't get back out. I didn't have enough strength to pull myself up on the side, you know, pull myself back out of the pool. And at the end of the pool where I was there, and there were no ladders in that pool. There were no ladders in the pool. And I would have had to have like crawled on the side with my arms and gotten myself way clear to the other end of that pool to have gotten, because I didn't have enough strength to swim, and I'm not that good a swimmer anyway. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do. I don't have enough strength to pull myself up out of here. So Landon reached in and grabbed me under my arm and pulled me up out of the pool. Because there was about this much of a drop off. But yeah, I couldn't. It's like, It's okay, Smurfette. I'm just telling crazy stories about why you don't take grandma on vacation. Yeah, there are things that when you're because I don't have a lot of strength, and it's like I don't know it. I don't realize how weak I am. The fact that I can't even open a jar for myself doesn't clue me in about how weak I am. But yeah, those were two things that really gave me a dose of reality. I'll tell you that the pool thing. That was just stupid. Yeah, I have this thing, Smurfette, I don't even know what it's called. It mounted like with sticky tape under my kitchen counter, and it's like in a V, well, that's not a V. It's like in a V shape, like these teeth in a V shape, and so you can slide any size bottle or jar in there to open it. That's how I open jars. But yeah. Don't go too far out in the ocean, and especially when nobody knows where you are and with no phone, no ID, nothing. Yeah, don't do that. Oh yeah, I don't have the electric. I don't even use an electric can opener. I'm not a fan of those. Hi, Texas Tornado. And I actually converted my daughter-in-law Whitney to the manual or whatever it's called, the mechanical can opener. I just don't care for electric can openers. I never have, actually. Hi, BB Wildcat and Michael Stapp. Thank you for joining us. Michael Stapp. Isn't that the guy with, I can't think of who Michael Stapp is. Is he, my God, my memory is really bad. Isn't he the guy with, I can't think. Anyway. REM. Thank you, Shelley. Thank you, Shelley. I kept wanting to say Dave Matthews, and I knew it wasn't Dave Matthews. I knew it was one of those Southern bands, but I didn't know which one. Oh my God. But yeah, I know. I did, I think I told you guys that I started doing my stepper, which I hadn't done for about a year, mainly because my doctor told me not to, because I don't have enough sense to not overdo it. Like, I'll get on there and think, oh, I can go a little longer, or I can go a little faster, and then I end up not in very good shape. Yeah. But so I started doing that about 2 months before this trip. I started at 200 steps, and it's kind of like a stair climber, but it's just a little thing that, I don't know, some little contraption that I have that's like walking upstairs. Well, I started at 200, and I watch my heart rate. Because we don't want my heart rate getting up too high. Well, one night, and by the time I left, I was up to 600 steps, and I'm going to try to keep doing that every night. But what I did is, I don't know, it was somewhere in there early on when maybe I was at 300 steps or 350 or something, because I built it up, in 50. I went up 50 steps a day, or every couple of days, whatever it was. And one night I decided I only had 50 steps left, so I decided to do that really fast. Yeah, that was a bad idea. That was not a good idea. because then I ended up in the floor, and not good. But I mean, I was fine. But what I did, I looked at my watch. I had run my heart rate up to 170. That's not good. Yep, I just have to. I told them this one time when I was having this particular kind of heart catheterization. It's called a right heart cath. And I've told you guys this story many times about how, you know, they put this tube into my jugular and then dropped, you know, like ran it into my heart and then dropped this dangler in my heart so that they could measure pressure. And then after they got that all put in, then I had to get up and get on this recumbent bike so that they could see what they were trying to figure out is what is going on with my heart, that when my heart rate gets up to a certain, about 116 beats a minute, I just completely just become like a rag doll. And they were trying to figure out why. Well, they figured out why. Because the pressure inside my heart triples. That's how they diagnosed, that's how they found this. But anyway, I told them when I was on the recumbent bike, I said, well, because I have this endurance thing. Because believe it or not, when I was a teenager, I was a long distance runner. I ran cross country. And I ran, and I actually, my junior year of high school, I didn't get to do cross country. I was the manager of the cross country team because the cross country coach, who was also my electronics teacher, didn't like that I passed out. I would pass out sometimes, and he wasn't a fan of that. Yeah, and anyway, I told them, you know, I only stayed on that recumbent bike for 6 minutes. And I told them, I said, well, I can keep going if you want me to keep going. Well, they were a little afraid for me to keep going because now the pressure inside my heart's 3 times what it's supposed to be. Okay, that's not true. The pressure inside my heart is already double what it's supposed to be, because it's supposed to be between 8 and 12, and the pressure inside my heart at rest is, I think, 27. Well, when my heart rate got up to 116, now the pressure inside my heart is 3 times that. So it was way more than 3 times normal. I can't even do the math in my head. But anyway, I told him, I said, well, you know, I was a long distance runner. And he's like, okay, that's it. Stop. He said, that would have been good information to have when we started. And he said, do not ever do a stress test again without telling somebody that. Because it's a different way of, it's like when there's a certain mindset to a person that's a long distance runner. There's a particular mindset that you have that pain doesn't make you stop. You have to be able, we had t-shirts that said pain run, pain win. People who run marathons have to endure pain. You have to endure pain. They're not running along for 26 miles, you know, happy as a clam. And so anyway. Oh, hi, is that Simon from Dubai? Thank you. I don't know if we've ever had anybody join us from Dubai before. Now that would be a cool place to go. Maybe. But anyway, I don't know what it is. I told them that before. If you don't want me, because right before I had a stent put in my heart, I stayed on the treadmill way longer than I should have, and they kept coming in I'm not going to go into how it was set up there, why this was true, but you know, like one doctor came in, then there were two, then there were three, and they're like, you need to get her off that treadmill. And I said, no, I can keep going. And one of the nurses had the presence of mind to say, you need to keep some strength, because remember, you got to get off and get on this table so we can do the echo, you know. And I said, oh, okay, well then I better get off now. Yeah. And my doctor told me that that was not good, because if I would have had a heart attack because of the artery that I had that was almost 100% blocked, he said if I would have had a heart attack with that artery blocked like that, I would have been dead before I hit the ground. And I know that does happen to people in my family. It actually happened to one of my uncles, that when he had the heart attack, that's exactly what happened. He was dead before he hit the ground. And anyway, he said, why do you do that? Why do you can't do that? And I said, well then don't call it a test. It's called a stress test. Don't call it a test. Because if you call it a test, I'm not gonna fail it. and it's, you know, yeah. So they don't give me stress tests anymore. They give me stress tests, but they don't put me on treadmills anymore. They do the chemical stress test where they raise your heart rate chemically. Oh. But anyway, I'm not, whoa! I bashed myself in the leg with this gigantic cup, Shelly. Almost spilled the whole cup of tea on me. But anyway, I did get some on my pants. Oh. But I didn't overdo it. I will say that about on the trip. I did not overdo it. I took things easy. Most of the time we took the tram, and if we didn't take the tram, then we would walk very slowly, and or I walked very slowly, and usually one of my grandsons would hang back with me. And but I didn't do any yeah. Well, I don't know. Evaluation might set that in motion too, Smurfette. I don't know. It is some kind of thing that this endurance thing that we have. You know, my dad was just like that. My grandsons are like that. And so competitive. Really, really competitive, and this, yeah, okay, good example. If you guys look at any of the videos or anything that I did that have Peyton in them, he's the one with the big pink arm cast that goes from, you know, has his hand all the way up to here. How he broke that elbow. He was playing baseball. He dove to catch a ball, which he did catch, landed on his elbow, broke his elbow, continued to play, got up to bat with the broken elbow and hit a double and ran the bases. That's how we are. We just don't have any sense. And I can tell you multiple things that I have done like that. I actually broke my leg, because I broke bones a lot when I was young. Number one, I was a climber. I would climb on the roof. When I was little, I did that. If there was something that I could climb, I was climbing it. And I had this problem. My bones broke very easily because when I was born, I couldn't tolerate milk. My body did not absorb calcium the way it was supposed to, and my bones were kind of brittle. So every time I fell, I broke a bone. And I did grow out of that. I don't know that anybody did anything that corrected it. I just kind of grew out of it. Anyway, my dad told me, because I was always climbing, this is one of my dad's stories, and how stubborn that I am. I was climbing on something and I broke my arm or leg. I had you guys have heard me tell the story about when I was 2 years old that I fell off the pony and broke my arm. Well, I also fell out of a tree and broke the arm too. But anyway, so my dad told me, he said, I swear that if you climb one more time and break a bone, I'm not even taking you to the hospital. Because my dad would make idle threat. I mean, if I did something, he would say, I'm going to lock you in your bedroom until you're 30 years old. He always made these idle threats. And my mom said that's why we didn't pay any attention to him. But anyway. Oh, hi. Hello. Hello, sweetie. I haven't seen you for so long. Oh, you're in Colorado. That's right. Hello, sweetheart. I'm so glad to see you. I haven't seen you lately. I've seen you commenting on my videos. But anyway. Okay, Conk, what is your question? What is your question? And I will give you a little hint. Keep your questions civil, because my moderators, miss you too, sweetie. Miss you too, Christina. I haven't been doing a whole lot of TikToking for the last couple of months, but I hope to get back to it. And hi, Atheist Dog Mom. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. What story was I telling? I don't even remember what in the heck I was telling. Oh, anyway, my dad told me, I swear if you climb again and break your arm, I'm not taking. No. I'm not putting my feet on my live or any other place. But anyway, I was playing King of the Hill on the gas meter. And I don't know if any of you have ever seen one of those gas meters that is on the side of a house, and they have like this loop. They have the loop in them. Yeah, well, I'm thinking probably Ram Jam. The loop. Well, what happened is we were playing King of the Hill on the gas meter, and I was on the gas meter. Well, I decided a good way to keep them from being able to push me off the gas meter was to loop my foot in that little U-shaped piece of pipe. Well, that was a good idea, except for I lost my balance when they pushed me and I fell and it broke my leg. When I fell, my leg was caught in there, and of course it broke my leg. And I thought, I am going to be in so much trouble. And this was early in the day. And I was on the side of the house that didn't have any windows. But we had this big, huge fenced in, this when we lived in Texas, if I didn't say that. This big, huge fenced in yard. We went outside, my brothers and I went outside to play in the morning. My mom, we'd probably already eaten lunch, so my mom didn't expect us back in until dinner. You know, you've heard those stories from the Gen Xers. Well, it was the same with the boomers, only probably worse. But anyway, So I sat there on the side of the house because I couldn't get up and walk. There was no way. I couldn't even hobble. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to be in so much trouble. You know, my dad said, if you climb, and I was thinking to myself, yeah, but that thing is only this high off the ground. I don't think that really is climbing. I was trying to work out my argument to my dad, because I knew there was going to be a debate. So I was trying to get ready for it. Well, my dad came home from work. It was, you know, getting dark and dinner time. And my mom kept yelling out the door for me. Well, I couldn't get up and come in. And by this time, it was very swollen, because, I mean, it was a pretty bad break. And it was pretty swollen by then, and I was in some pain. Well, then my dad comes out. And, you know, my nickname is Cookie. So my dad's yelling for me, Cookie! And I'm on the side of the house. And I'm saying, I'm over here! and he said, come in the house. You know, he came out a couple of times and said, get in the house. Well, I didn't get in the house because I couldn't get up. So he finally comes outside, and I started yelling and saying, I'm over here. And he came over there and he said, what is wrong with you? And I said, it wasn't, the first words out of my mouth is, it wasn't climbing because it was only this tall. And he looked at me, he's like, oh my God, you have broken your leg again. And so he picked me up and carried me and told my mom I got to take her to the hospital. I don't know if they even had I don't even think it was called an ER back then. I don't know what they called it, but I was in it a lot. And yeah, sure enough, we knew I had a broken leg. And my dad said, what in the world is wrong with you? Why didn't you tell your mom or tell somebody to come in the house? And I said, well, because you said that if I was climbing, but I wasn't climbing, I broke another bone, you were not going to take me to the hospital, and I was going to be in big trouble. But anyway, so yeah, not good. I took everything literally, and I used that in my favor. Yeah, bless your heart. Oh my God. But yeah, my mom told me that if I missed the bus again, that I would walk to school. Because she didn't have, you know, the other thing about the boomers, our moms didn't have a car at home. Our families had one car. And so if I missed the bus, which I was really bad about doing, because I would fiddle around and, you know, I wasn't particularly compliant. But this was when I was in second grade. And my mom told me, because she would call a taxi to take me to school. And my mom told me, she said, I swear if you miss that bus again, you're going to walk to school. Well, I fiddled around even after I left the house because I had to walk to the bus stop. And I fiddled around and got to the bus stop and everybody was gone because guess what? I missed the bus again. And because even if my mom got me out of the house on time, that didn't mean I was going to get to the bus stop on time. So anyway, I said, oh well, she told me if I missed the bus, I'd have to walk to school, so I guess I better start walking. I walked to school when I was in the second grade. It took me, I got there at lunchtime. That's how far away it was. And I walked alongside a freeway to get there because the only way I knew to go was the way the bus went. And people actually stopped. And it started raining. People actually stopped and tried to get me to get in the car with them. And of course, I knew better than that. I wasn't getting in a car with anybody. And so and back then, if you didn't show up at school, nobody called your parents. Nobody did that. I got to school pretty soaking wet at lunchtime. Stayed at school. The teacher asked me why I was late, and I said because I walked to school. Nobody believed me, I guess. And by the time I got home, I was dry. So it was never even mentioned. I didn't even mention it to my mom that I missed the bus and I walked to school. I didn't tell my mom and dad that story until I was probably 35 or 40 years old. And I told my mom that, and she said, there is no way that you walked all that way. And I said, yeah, I did. Yes, I did. And my dad was like, and then my dad was saying to my mom when I told that story, he said, Barb, why did you say that to her? Why did you tell her if she missed the bus she'd have to walk to school? Don't you know that's what she's gonna do? So my dad was fussing at my mom for saying that to me. And it was 30 or 40 years later, because it was when I was in second grade. That's the kind of crazy stuff that I did. And climb on the roof. Hi, Jim Rose. I loved climbing on the roof. At my grandparents' house particularly, I loved to climb on the roof. That was just what I did. Yeah, exactly. And my thing with the swing set, we didn't have the jungle. We didn't have those backyard gyms that people have now. It was a swing set. My favorite thing was to walk across the top of that. And I actually fell and walking across the top of that and landed like this on that bar and knocked myself out. My mom thought my neck was broken, took me to the hospital, and I don't know how I kept from breaking my jaw or something. I must have broken my fall or somehow, because I landed like this and then knocked myself out and hit the ground. I remember my mom, when she took me to the hospital, her and my grandmother, it was when my dad was in Vietnam actually, and we lived with my grandparents. And they said, well, she's all right. They x-rayed, nothing was broken, oddly enough. And they told my mom to take me home and give me some aspirin, and my mom said, how is aspirin gonna help a broken neck? and my mom wasn't, her concern was not, oh, my poor child. My dad's name was Jim, by the way, before I finish this story. Whenever I would get hurt when my dad wasn't there, like one time I almost choked to death when my dad was gone. That time, my mom was, she has broken her neck and Jim is gonna kill me. When I was little bitty too, and I was with my mom this time, I was eating something like Cheetos. And I was under 4 because my brother hadn't been born yet. And I was eating Cheetos out of a bowl that were on the coffee table. Well, my mom's initial was B. And so she had a little B, like women used to wear on their sweaters. My mom had taken that pin off of her sweater and laid it on the coffee table. Well, I'm eating Cheetos. Well, I decided to stick that in my mouth and eat that too, apparently. And it got stuck, of course. Like the pin part of it was open and it got stuck in my throat. And then the Cheetos, and I was choking to death. And I almost choked to death twice, actually. The other time I was about 9 or 10. But anyway, it was my mom's initial B that they pulled out of my throat at the hospital. Hello, JC. I'm telling stories about what a hellion child I was. What a holy terror to my parents. But the other time that I almost choked to death was on a fish bone. I'll tell you something else that I did that was really stupid. And my mom and dad found out about it I told this story before where I jumped off the high dive into a 10-meter pool and knew perfectly well that I didn't know how to swim and actually drowned. And they had to pull me out of the pool and do whatever it was I don't know that they did CPR. They just did that thing where they get the water out of your lungs and revived me. Whatever they did, they revived me. I didn't even tell my mom about it. And nobody called. Nobody called my parents. Because we had swimming lessons every Tuesday at an indoor swimming pool. And that's where we went instead of school. And I didn't tell my mom because I knew I'd get in trouble. And the kids that didn't go to swimming lessons, all they did was sit in like a study hall all day. I didn't want that. Thank you for coming, Smurfette. Thank you so much. And I will be at your live on Monday. I do have my alarm set. Love you, sweetie. Thank you so much for coming. I'm going to get off of here. I've got about 5 minutes left. But, yeah, how my mom and dad found out about the drowning incident is my friend Edith. Her mother called and asked if I was all right, and my mom said, yeah, she's fine. Why? And she said, well, Edith told me she drowned today. And my mom said, well, I don't think so. She's in her room. And my mom came in there and asked me, and I said, no, I'm fine. Yeah, something like that happened. Bad. And usually they would find out about this stuff because I would write stories about it. And I think they just thought I had a very active imagination because I would write these stories. And I would say, I didn't make that up. It actually happened. I did that with my grandmother one time. It was this whole story about we went down this creek because I spent summers here with them. And my grandmother let me run wild too. They lived out in the country. And I went on this trek, like this all-day trek down this creek. And at some point I crossed over to the other side. And then kept walking. Well, then the creek rose for whatever reason. I don't know why that happens. But anyway, when I turned around and got back to that place where it was shallow before, it wasn't shallow anymore. And I couldn't get back across the creek. And I mean, this is not a little creek. This is a huge creek. And I remembered there was a place where I saw this tree that had fallen across the creek and made like a bridge. So I made my cousin Rhonda, she was with me as usual. We went across that tree and got back to the other side. And I wrote a story about it, and I drew the picture of the creek with the tree falling across it and everything. And my grandmother read the story, and she's like, that's really good. How do you make up stories like that? I'm like, I didn't make that up. That actually happened. And she's like, what? You could have drowned and we wouldn't even have known what happened to you. You would have been swept so far away. So now we come back to full circle of me almost drowning myself in the ocean. But anyway, I did want to, this is not a good segue. Disregard what I was just talking about before I got off my live tonight. I didn't want to do it in the beginning. But you know, right now there's a lot of flooding in Kentucky. It's really, really bad. The governor here called it one of the worst natural disasters that's ever happened in Kentucky. And I've told you guys before, I don't watch the news. I usually get the news. I don't watch the Weather Channel. I don't do any of that. I didn't talk to my friend Karen today. Didn't talk to her for a couple of days, actually. She's the one that usually fills me in on what I need to know. I actually found out about this from my friend in Albuquerque. Yeah, that's who sent me and asked me if he was concerned, asked me if we lived in a flood zone, and I said, no, I don't think so. I said, well, my yard floods if it rains too much. That's why where I live, right where I live, they don't build houses with basements because they have a problem with that. But like where my Aunt Iva and Uncle Walter live, they don't have any problem because they're way up on a hill. Yeah, if I were a kid, I would have been drugged. Is what would have happened to me. I can tell you that. They would have had me drugged, and my parents would have probably ended up in jail because I had so many broken bones. Can you imagine? Yeah, that would not go over well now. And I mean, okay, I guess they would have known that I had brittle bones, but you would think that you would think that I would learn a lesson. I never learned a lesson. In fact, I told you guys this. I sent this meme to Zach that said, I rarely learn my lesson, but when I do, you can bet I learned it the hard way. When I sent that to Zach, he sent me a text back, said, I just wrote your eulogy. Because it is true. Hey, I don't learn lessons easily, but when I do, you can bet I learned them the hard way. And that is still true. But I did learn about the flooding from my friend in Albuquerque. He sent me a text today and asked me about if we lived in a flood zone, and I said, I don't think so. Thank you, Morgan Harper. Thank you so much. This is not my usual hair. It's a little wild today because I didn't do anything to it. It's kind of been like this for a couple of weeks now. Oh, hi, Joe. Hi there. Thank you. I know, it is. It's really bad. And I haven't looked at how many people have died, but there have been people that have died in this flooding. Because I guess it hit so quickly. And we get flash flood warnings here all the time. I have a lot of TikTok children and grandchildren, Morgan. So sure. Sure. But yeah, oh, I'm sorry, Morgan. I'm so sorry. Hi, Just Looking, Port City. Thank you for joining us. But anyway, so what I was going to ask is if you guys can keep Kentucky in your thoughts and your prayers, because I don't think it's over yet. According to what I read today, I think there's a lot more rain expected, and I didn't even realize that it had rained that much, because I've been isolating or quarantining because of coming back from the trip. I didn't want to go around my aunts and my family because, I wasn't careful. And didn't wear my mask while I was at the resort. And I didn't wear my mask even on the trip back home. And so I've been pretty sequestered here. And like I said, I don't watch the news and don't read newspapers. Just don't do it. I stream everything, so I don't even see like the commercials for, the highlights of the news. And I don't watch the Weather Channel. But anyway. And my aunt and uncle didn't know about it either for some reason. I don't know why they didn't know about it, because it's not far from here. It was in eastern Kentucky and we're in central Kentucky. And I mean, they were surrounding counties. it actually, Muhlenberg County was really bad. That's where my friend Karen is from. She doesn't live in Muhlenberg County anymore. She lives in Hopkins County, Kentucky. But Muhlenberg County was really bad, I guess. And it's my pleasure, Morgan. It's my pleasure. And if you follow me, I have a follow. I will follow you back, but you cannot DM me. I do not. You can DM me if you want to, but don't expect an answer, because I don't answer DMs from. There's a handful of people that I DM with on TikTok, and but so if you DM me, don't expect a reply, because I don't do conversations with people on TikTok, except for that would be a lie for me to say I don't talk to anybody in DMs. As a rule, I don't talk to men and boys in DMs. There are a few exceptions to that. Rule, but there are people that I've been friends with ever since I've been on TikTok for the most part. And anyway, hi Marty Marr, thank you. I think you've been here before, but maybe not for a while. But Shelly, I'm gonna let you go. We got Shelly, Junk Gal still here, JC is still with us, and Atheist Dog Mom is still with us. Thank you for joining us and staying with us, Atheist Dog Mom. And anyway, I am gonna do my thing and get off here. I was pretty tired when I first, in fact, I was worried that I was gonna end up like I was that Thursday before I went on vacation, because I watched that back. I was, oh my God, Shelly, you guys should tell me. I swear, if I didn't know better, when I watched that live replay, I'm talking about the Thursday before I went on vacation, I would swear I was drunk. Because I was talking really slow, and like I wasn't getting words right, and I called my grandson Zion Blake. I mean, I do have a grandson Blake, but yeah, I was that exhausted that I was like going in slow motion. Anyway, like I always say, I want this to be your favorite TT show every Thursday night. So I'll see you next week. Same time, same station. Love y'all. Thank you, Shelly.